Good. Good evening, everyone, again, or good afternoon, good morning, maybe, based on where you are located. Uh, my name is Faisal Aklan. I'm the director of the engineering management program, and I have Leanne Ellis. She is the assistant director of engineering graduate programs. We welcome you to this session where we're going to walk you briefly throughout the couple of slides, talk about the program requirements, courses, and then we'll have time to answer any questions you may have. Um, so before we talk about the program, I would like to highlight some of the important skills that engineering or engineers needs these days, aside from the technical skills that you may have learned in the undergraduate traditional engineering program. So those are like effective communication, management skills, financial analysis, intellectual property, decision making, negotiation. All these skills are covered in our engineering management courses. We have courses in effective communication. We have courses in project management, safety management, decision and risk analysis. We have process improvement. We offer the Six Sigma Black Belt certification. We'll talk about that in a minute. And one of the questions we usually get is what is the difference between an engineering management degree and an MBA? So I have a simple graphics here that illustrate the difference. So towards the left, we have the traditional engineering programs or degrees that focus mainly on the traditional engineering disciplines, with some topics covered related to management within an engineering discipline. Whereas the MBA degree focuses more on the general management and business, with some focus on management of technology. So engineering management, think about it as a bridge between the two disciplines, with focus on management across the engineering disciplines. So if you are dealing with engineers in the company, then engineering management will be your best option, because you will be able to talk to them from an engineering perspective and then from a management perspective. So these are some of the highlights of our engineering management degree. So it's 100% online, convenient, asynchronous, where you can take the classes or the lectures or modules on your own pace. We structure the courses into 8 weeks, and we offer them twice a semester in the fall, spring, summer. We'll talk about the schedules in the next slides. It's also open to international students as long as they satisfy the English requirements. And there is no requirement to come to campus unless you want to attend the graduation ceremony. We welcome you to do that. And then there is no set time for class meetings. We don't require thesis. We don't require GRE. The program offers networking opportunities with peers across the globe. Usually we'll work on assignments or projects in teams. We also have merit-based scholarships. Those are tuition discount. We offer it every semester, so you can apply. There are some requirements that we'll talk about. So our engineering management students come from and work at different companies, including manufacturing, healthcare, aerospace, a lot of students from military. And the positions they work include data science manager. You can be a senior consultant, engineering change leader. You can be a president of a company, operations leader, healthcare manager, manufacturing manager, project manager, and so on. So you can see there is a variety of positions that you can hold based on the specific job. So the engineering management program will prepare you for all these positions. In terms of courses, we offer two required courses. Those are EM 613 or operations management, and then EM 661, which is the engineering statistics. All the other courses are electives where you can select the remaining 8. So we require 30 credit hours, and those are 10 courses. If you're going to take the EM 684, 85, those are one course split into 2 halves, 1.5 credit hours each. And as I mentioned, so we offer the courses 6 terms per year. Each term is 8 weeks. So we offer 2 terms in the fall, 2 terms in the spring, 2 terms in the summer. If you miss a class or if you join late, you can start the second semester or second term. The dates are here for the terms, May to June for summer term 1, and then June to August, summer term 2. For fall, August to October for term 1, October to November term 2, and then for spring, January to February, and then February to April. One unique aspect about our engineering management program is the Six Sigma certification. So we have the graduate certificate in Six Sigma from UofL. Once you finish the 3 courses, which are part of the engineering management program, 2 of them are actually required, as we mentioned, EM 613, engineering management, operations management, and then EM 661, which is the engineering statistics. EM 684, 85, those are the process improvement courses. So once you finish these 3 courses, again, they are counted towards your engineering management degree. You will get the graduate certificate in Six Sigma from UofL. There is an application fee of $40. Then we also have a collaboration with the Institute of Industrial and Systems Engineers. Our program is designated as a qualifying or qualified training provider. So our students can go and take their exam. I think there is a fee less than $100 to take the exam. We prepare you in the courses for that. And then you will finish a project as part of your courses and get their Six Sigma Black Belt certification. For admission requirements, so we require a bachelor degree or equivalent in engineering or a related field from an accredited institution. And then we require a minimum of Calc 1 and statistics. If you don't have these requirements, we will work with you on either taking them through an online platform like StraighterLine, or we offer courses here at UofL that you can take to satisfy these requirements. For statistics, the good thing is the course you will take to satisfy the requirement, if you didn't have statistics, will be counted towards your engineering management degree. That's ISE 590. GPA requirement 2.75 or above. If the GPA is below 2.75, we will review the case based on case by case basis and work with you on that. The admission link is here. So there is a 65 application fee. If you're active duty, the fee is waived. And then we require 2 recommendation letters and then a personal statement or resume. Either you need to provide just one, and then your official transcripts for all post-secondary coursework. And at the time of the application, you don't have to have all these documents. For example, for the transcripts, if you don't have the official, you can just provide a copy so that we can evaluate the courses and especially the calc and statistics requirement. And then you will provide the official transcripts later. Application deadlines, we have multiple deadlines per year, depends on the term. So for example, for the fall term, we have August 1st, September 15th. These are the recommended application deadlines. For spring, we have November 15th, February 1st, and then for summer, we have April 1st and June 1st. Those are recommended so that we can process your application on time, and then you get admitted on time. But I mean, if you want to submit, let's say by August 5th or 15th, that should be fine. It's just that we want to have enough time to process your application. And for the program cost, so right now it's $850 per credit hour. That's for 2025, 26. And for active duty, it's the discounted rate of 250 per credit hour. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we have merit-based scholarships, and that's a tuition discount. I think that's all what I have. So if you want to hear from our students, graduates, we have a YouTube video. I'm not going to play it here because I want to have time for questions and answers. So there is a video of Meredith Coxey talking about her experience in the program. And we have another one from Tahira Alamdari. She's also one of our graduates working at Walgreens, I think. And that's all what I have. Leanne, do you have anything else to add?
I don't know, my brain's kind of dead right now. The application fee, if you are active duty, would also be waived for our graduate certificate in Six Sigma. The Six Sigma program can be completed alongside your engineering management degree at no additional cost to you, because the courses in that graduate certificate in Six Sigma are degree applicable in the engineering management degree. If you were to go and get a professional, do the professional development for Six Sigma, it can range anywhere from I think $7,000 to $10,000, depends on where you get it at. And that would just be professional development courses. It wouldn't be graduate level engineering or graduate level courses that you can count towards a degree. So that's something to keep in mind. This program is pretty unique to a lot of graduate programs to become black belt certified. Can we open it up for questions to you guys? You can turn your mics on, cameras and mics, whatever you're comfortable doing, and we will be happy to answer any questions that you may have. I will say this program, we're looking at probably about 130 students enrolled for the spring. We're still admitting for spring term 2, so it's going on. We're probably going to hit another record enrollment in the engineering management program, which we are ecstatic. So it's a lot of hard work, a lot of great students in there. As he mentioned in one of his earlier slides, we have students in this program from all over. So the networking opportunities is a really big aspect of this online program, and we encourage it. You would do it through your virtual class. So if you ever had a virtual class, you would probably understand how it works. But it's a great opportunity for collaboration. You know, maybe not only just collaboration within, but even once you're done, if you're looking for a job, you're looking to change careers, you may connect with a student within one of your classes along the way and develop that relationship. And that has happened before. I can't say specifically. I want to say a student worked at Boeing. I can't quite remember. I've got a lot of students. But yeah, that's just kind of the snippet of this program. You would be working with myself along with Dr. Ackland. I'm just gonna call him Fazl. I like to keep things very,
Yeah, exactly.
very personal. I'm not a very formal person on stuff like this. I want to break that ice. I want you guys to feel comfortable with us and us with you guys too. But Fazl and I, we are the only advisors that you'll be working with in this program. So you're not going to be bounced around. We tend to be available at all crazy hours. So, we're always here to help you. And that goes along with the professors who are teaching these classes. We have some fantastic professors who are teaching our classes. We have 2 law classes that we offer that are very popular. She is a practicing attorney in intellectual property law, and she's in the field in Washington, D.C. So she brings a lot of great, valuable information to the virtual classroom, but it's also current too. And that goes along with the other classes.
Yep.
So I will stop talking. And again, questions, please let us know. You can type it in the chat if you don't want to speak. Type it in there and we'll answer all. You guys are quiet. Trying to in this program, we do have I have the registration, so I know kind of the background. Some of the students in, or some of you guys in here. This program, it's probably our longest, one of our longest online programs. We have a lot of active duty in this program. You saw on the previous slide, he mentions Navy. Actually, I just got off the phone with a Navy SEAL from San Diego. We're looking at recruiting for a program. Very, very impressed with his resume. Air Force, a lot of Air Force in here, a lot of Army. So, the military is very well represented, but also, those who are employed outside of the armed forces. So that's where, again, a lot of collaboration within this program. The other thing too, I want to kind of mention, he did talk about the 8-week terms. So fall semester, we offer 2 8-week terms, spring and summer, we offer those terms. What's really unique about our terms that we offer here in this program is the flexibility. There are times when you may have something coming up at the beginning of the fall semester. My SEAL I was just talking about, he's about ready to be deployed. So we know that his timeline, what it's going to look like. If you have a special project in your, within your job that is going to take a great deal of time, kind of like an accountant. If you're getting married, we have those who are getting married and they'll take a term off, but they'll finish maybe on term 2 of that semester. Births, we've had several to start their families, or they're continuing their families, and they're going to deliver, let's say in October, so they know they're just going to do term 1. So there's a lot of flexibility with this program, where if you need to take some time off during a semester, you necessarily don't have to take the whole semester off, because we do 8-week terms, and
Right.
that's really been big.
You can also take a semester off. You just need to register for a course. I think you pay $60 fee for that course,
Yeah.
but you
It's
can
just
take
a
a semester off
residency,
as well.
correct?
Yes.
Correct. Yeah, you have you have 6 years to complete this program from the time that you are admitted, and our average graduation rate from start to finish is 18 to 24 months in this program.
Yes.
So, again, there's a lot of flexibility that we offer students in this program, because you are professionals, but you're also professionals that have families, and your family comes first, and obviously your professional career, and then we kind of bring in the rear. So we work with you guys on that.
Hi there. Sorry, I apologize. I joined a bit late, and I'm joining for my game. So
You're fine.
let me know if you can't hear me. Um, just, uh, just to be clear, so they're 8-week courses. Are they? I didn't quite catch it. Are they open enrollment, or does each 8-week course have a set term?
Perry, you're kind of cutting out on us, so I can understand it's a question regarding the 8-week course.
Yeah, just whether or not they're open enrollment, or if each 8-week period has a set term, set start.
So yes, so we're getting ready to, we're in the spring 26 semester. So we're on the tail end of finishing our term 1. My brain is on October still. We're finishing our term 1 class for the spring, February 25th. And then we're going to pick up our spring term 2, February 26th through April 22nd. So for the terms, there are specific start and stop dates. So it's not like a learn on demand program. I think it's kind of what you're getting at, if I understood that correctly.
Yeah, that's pretty well what I'm getting at. So,
Okay.
so how many would there only be 2 academic terms per year, or?
No. So there are a total of 6 terms. So
6?
for the
Okay,
fall,
okay,
yeah,
I see.
yeah,
That helps.
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, and
You're welcome.
Understand.
most of our courses are offered like throughout the year. So we offer, for example, the 2 required courses in the summer, in the fall, in the spring. So if you missed the course in the fall, you can take it in the spring. If you missed it, you can take it in the summer. And we work with you on recommending which courses you take first, which courses you take second, and so on. The other thing is, even though it's 8 weeks, we cover a lot of topics, and we try to make the topics relevant. So, and we provide also discussion boards, we provide case studies, projects, and we try to also link the work to the students' work. I mean, I teach safety management, so a lot of the discussion, a lot of the case studies we do is or are related to the work environments the students are working at.
All right, thank you.
So, hi. I had a question about the 8-week terms.
Yes.
You were saying that, very flexible, you could take a term off, take a semester off. If that were to be the case, is there the possibility of taking more than one class at a time, or is that a little ambitious for like what this program is?
Yes. So as long as your time allows, you can take, I would say, so we recommend taking one course per term, so 2 courses per semester, if you're working like a full-time or something like that. But I have seen students who take like 4 courses in a semester and then finish within a year or a year and a half. So it's flexible from that perspective as well.
That's taking 2 courses per term. So yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Great
Yeah,
questions,
we
guys.
usually when the students start the program, we usually recommend they take 2 courses in the first semester to see how it goes. If they achieve higher grades and then they see they can do it, they can take more. If they see it's based on their time availability and work environment, they cannot do more than 2, we just tell them take 2.
Yeah, and that's something, to really be mindful of. Like he said, in your first semester in the program, we do recommend 1 class per term. So of the 10 required classes, makes up 30 credit hours, there are only 2 required classes in the program. And that you would complete those 2 required classes your first semester in the program. So your first one would be operations management, which would be term 1. So that's kind of the foundational course of the engineering management program, industrial engineering, so forth. Your next term, once you complete the operations management course, then your next term would be the engineering statistics class. And that is taught by the same professor as your term 1. So she's, so you've already had her, her teaching style. She gets to know you and your learning style also. And so then you would finish with your second required class. After you do your first 2 required classes, the remaining 8 classes you can choose from our list of engineering management classes that we offer. If you are if you're coming in and maybe you already have an engineering background in some other area, there is a possibility of taking a technical, what we call technical elective in that specific discipline. So for example, if you're coming in maybe with a computer science background, we do have a computer science online program, and maybe there's a class in Python that you would like to take and count as your elective in our program. So you kind of diversify it a little bit. We can work with you on that as long as you meet those prereqs. We can work with you on that. The only thing to keep in mind when we kind of do a technical elective, it probably won't be 8 weeks. It's going to be a full semester course. But that is an option that you guys do have. So again, we go back to flexibility. We are flexible.
Right. Yeah, it depends on the program. We have industrial engineering or industrial systems engineering now. Their classes are also 8 weeks.
Yes, the industrial and systems engineering program is a sister to this one here. So they do, as you just said, have 8-week online classes. So that would be an option. And a lot of those classes do not have prereqs other than, you obviously would need calculus, which you would already had established. If you see, if you kind of start searching our schedule of courses when I send everything out to you once you're admitted, and, if you kind of want to dabble in another area, just let us know. we can definitely consider that. Again, we go back to the flexibility. We want to work with you guys so you get the best outcome for being a U of L student in our program here.
May I ask for the statistics and calculus courses? Is there any age requirement on that?
Oh, good Lord, no. No age range. We don't discriminate. No, no, no.
Um, yeah, I think I have seen courses taken like 15 years ago, something like that, 10 years ago.
You know, and that's actually a really good. So I'm kind of thinking of age. But if it's been a while since you've had those classes, and that's a really good question, Perry, because I do get this often. And if you guys have had those courses a few years back, so to speak, what you could do, you could take some online tutorials, or maybe something through Coursera. Harvard even has an online site where you can kind of brush up on that. And that's kind of where you get into the learn on demand. So if it's been a long time and you haven't had calculus and you want to brush up on it, then I would recommend doing that outside of U of L. If you take those inside U of L to kind of brush up on, you're going to get charged for that. And then it would be part of your GPA. So I wouldn't want to do that to you. But definitely do a tutorial and kind of brush up. But Coursera is a great option.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Damien, I see your hand is up.
Hey, how you doing, ma'am? I joined in late.
No
I just
worries.
had a question regarding you guys' acceptance of tuition assistance from military personnel. Not sure if you guys went over that already.
Yes.
What are you active duty, Damon?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You know what? We are one of the best universities in the U.S. in the ACC conference that offers to active duty tuition for those qualifying. So you must be active duty for at least 100 plus days or 180 plus days. And that active duty tuition is $250 per credit hour, which they cover. The only thing that the active duty student will have to pay, unless you have arrangements with your tuition assistance office, and I think the Navy's got a pretty good deal where they will cover the fees. So you will have, as an active duty qualifying student, your tuition is $250 per credit hour plus fees.
Okay.
And if you're Navy, again, because I was just working with the Navy SEAL guy just a little bit ago, and the Navy seems to cover fees. So it's going to be dependent upon what your branch is covering as far as outside of that tuition, which the active duty rate is, it's outstanding. I don't think you're going to find anything better than that.
Okay.
If you're not
Also-
active duty, then it's a little different.
Okay. Also, along with that, do you guys accept I think it's called the joint transcript, like the transcript from our military courses, and applying to get college credit hours? And I know it's not everything, but with certain courses.
Yeah, that gets a little tricky. Are you an officer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you, yeah, that gets a little tricky. We would have to look at it
Okay.
to see what they are. But yeah, we would have to. I'm not promising anything on that because we would have to go back to something that we've done probably about 10 years ago in this program to see if it's still valid.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
You're so welcome. Thank you for the questions.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. My name
Hi,
is
John.
John. I had a question on the requirements for admission, specifically regarding the calculus course.
Yes.
I have I'm a nuclear engineer in the Navy with a heavy engineering background, but I've only taken statistics and pre-calc. So what does the avenue look like to get that course taken care of and admitted to the program?
Are you out of San Diego?
I'm not currently in
Okay.
Georgia, Kings Bay.
Okay. Literally, this was the same case the Navy SEAL out of San Diego. This is literally what we just been going over. There is a program, Fazal actually mentioned a little bit ago, because those just like yourself, this is what we're seeing, or I've been seeing. The stats is not an issue. It's you just because you guys do not go to Cal One. The only thing you need to do, John, we can provide you the information to go through Straighter Line, and that would allow you to take the calculus needed for this program prior to doing the application. Um, Again, working with my seal a while ago, he had actually logged into it, so it's at like $70 to do this program, and you have a certain time frame, kind of like a learn on demand type style program that you can complete this by. Since you've already had pre-cal, that's good for you because you've already had what is needed to go to that Cal One. We have that information. Basil, do you have that handy to just drop in the chat here so they would have it, so he could have it,
The
or anyone
the
else?
what? The what?
Straighter Line, the
Yeah.
general calculus link. Uh,
Let me see.
John, we've had students who are in our program now to do this very route, which is why we really promote this one, because we know it's quality, and we know it's, as long as the student does good, they'll be okay. So this is one that we really recommend.
Yeah, let me put the link in the chat.
And with your background that you have had on your nuclear program, you shouldn't have a problem. Shouldn't. I can't promise anything.
Okay, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was just looking
I'll
at what
put the-
kind of route.
Yeah, I put the link in the chat for that course.
Thank you for that.
I had another question. So I just finished my undergrad in December, but the conferral is not happening until March. And I thought that I needed to wait till that happened to submit my transcripts, but I think you were talking about possibly having unofficial ones sent over to determine eligibility for the program.
So, where did you graduate from? And congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thomas Edison State University,
Okay.
New Jersey.
Okay. So, when are you looking at applying? What, summer, fall?
I currently have an application in. It's pending those transcripts. It's for fall 2026, but if
Oh.
didn't know if that was another question I was gonna ask. If there's a way to move that to like earlier, if I had the like ability to start earlier.
Absolutely. So, what I would recommend for you is it Kate? Is it
Yeah,
Caitlin? Is that how you
Colin.
say it?
Colin.
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
He emailed us earlier. We responded to him.
Yeah. So, all you have to do is let grad school know. I don't know where you're at in your application, but just let grad school know that you want to move it up from fall to summer. And
Yeah, ideally, yeah.
and so what'll happen? I have to have confirmation that you have completed that degree before I can move forward. So, well, if you want to go ahead, see, so we're February 5th. It should be conferred within a month. Then you can go.
Yeah, I think March 13th or 17th, one of those two is the date.
Okay. Can you get a letter from your advisor or someone just saying that you have completed your degree requirements for December 25? They're just waiting to confer. Can you get that letter and did you add it to your application?
Yeah, I can have them draft one up and send it over to you or put it in the application.
Exactly. And if I get that before they confer your degree and before you can actually have a transcript sent to U of L, we can go ahead and do a preliminary admission for if you move it back to summer, which will start May 6th. We can go ahead and do that. I'm fine with that. And then once your degree has been conferred, then go into Thomas Edison and make that request.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Great question, though.
I did have another one if no one else needed to go.
Go for it.
Sure.
I was looking online. A big part of me navigating through my undergraduate was I had the ability or access to like example syllabi of like the different classes, so I could kind of determine what was, if I had something busy coming up to take an easy, well, not easier, but less heavy coursework class. I couldn't find anything at, with U of L. Is there a way to have to get access to those? Do you have to be a student, or is there no access to them at all? I guess I was kind of just curious there.
I can't even get access. I used to be able to, but they don't, and that's really going to be, I don't have, I can't even get access to the course syllabi for each class. Now, if during the advising period prior to registration, if you're looking at a specific class and you have questions about that class, I would recommend you to talk to the professor. They would know more about their timeline on quizzes, exams, reports, or whatever is due. They would know more on that. But no, U of L does not put those syllabi out there. Some of the professors are kind of guarded on that. So yeah, I mean, if
So
you
we
find
have, yeah, I was going to say on our website, the program website, we have a brief description of the course and the content there.
yeah, we just don't have the timeline of when everything is due. But again, that's where we always ask you guys if there's something that is coming up. Sometimes the student will get in a class and I just dealt with a case a few days ago. The guy, he's in one of our classes and he got COVID and was hospitalized and was out for 2 weeks. So after working with professor, knowing he can't meet those deadlines in that class, he ended up dropping. But again, it kind of goes back to where you guys have to communicate that with professors. But if beforehand, before you register, we'll definitely put you in contact with them, and they'll be more than happy to talk to you.
All right, yeah, I figured that was probably the case, but I just wanted to ask. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Hey, I did have I had one question. I was scrolling through the courses, and I think you were mentioning it as I was getting on. As I'm reading it, it says requires 10 courses, 2 core courses, and 8 electives. What will dictate, or do we choose the core courses? And then the same for the elective courses. Do we have a say in those, picking those, or is it kind of chosen for us?
The
So-
core are chosen.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the core are statistics and operations management. Those are required. Consider them.
Okay.
So you have to finish those, and then the rest you can pick whatever you like. I mean, if you want to do the Six Sigma certificate, then you have to take the EM 684, 85, which is the process improvement. The other courses are, I mean, you can pick whatever you like.
Okay. Gotcha. Makes sense. Appreciate you.
Any other questions?
Yeah. So for the Six Sigma courses,
Yes.
are those? You said there was like 2 of them, and then the third one was like split into 2 halves.
Mhm.
Are those 3 or 4, however you want to say it, are those separate from the 10 classes you gotta take, or do you take those as part of the 10 courses of the 30 credit hours for the degree?
Part of the 10 courses. So 2 of them are required, so you are taking them anyway, part of the degree. And then the third one, if you take it, it will be part of the 10 courses.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Other questions? I hear none. So,
Quiet.
yep, thank you, everyone. As always, so if you have any questions later, feel free to email me or Leanne. We'll be happy to meet with you again on a one-by-one basis on Teams. So if you would like to do that or you have more questions, feel free to reach out to us. I'll put my email in the chat as well.
Yeah, I just dropped mine in there.
Sounds good. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and enjoy the rest of your day or night.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thanks
you.
very much.
Thank you.